Hello students, in this session you will learn how to write records onto a CSV file and how to read records that are stored in a CSV file. First let us see what are CSV files. A CSV file is a simple file format. It is considered as a text file which is used to store tabular column data, that is the data which is separated like fields. Okay, each line of the field is a record. Each line of the file is a record. Each record consists of one or more fields separated by a delimiter. Suppose you have records like student number, name, 5 subject marks, total average. Then each record will be the data of one student and each student will have the data separated by commas. For example, the student roll number, comma, name, comma, 5 subject marks, each separated by commas, that way. The default delimiter is comma. So whenever I say CSV file, we mean comma separated values. So each value is separated by a comma. That is the default delimiter. In case you want to change, we have options for that, right? Next, how to do CSV file handling. To store or retrieve data, we must first import the CSV module. Like how we use the pickle module in binary files, we should import the CSV module first. After that, you should either use the reader object or the writer object depending upon the action which you are going to perform. If you wish to read records from a CSV file, you declare the reader object and use it. If you want to write the records onto the CSV file, use a writer object. We'll see the syntax for all that. Now, first remember these steps. These are very important when you want to write a program to write records in a CSV file. What is step 1? First import CSV. You have to import the CSV module. Then declare the file handle or the file object as usual. F or FH or something like that equal to open the file name, comma, opening mode. Then declare a writer object. I'll show you the syntax for that. When you declare the writer object, you should mention the delimiter in case you wish to change the comma. If it is comma, you need not mention anything because it comes by default. If you want to have hash or at or any other symbol for a delimiter, you have to mention that while declaring the writer object. Then, after that, you have to use a loop because you generally write n number of records. You may write 5 records, you may write 15 records. So, use a loop and inside that first input the values that are to be written. After getting the value of one student or one record, assign those records to a list and then write that record onto the file. Right? How will you write the record? There is a method called write row. Suppose you are not going to write each record every time. You are going to get all the students' records and finally write the record. Then you have to use write rows method. And finally close the method, right? Now let us learn a program to write the records in a CSV file. So look at the steps. Import the CSV module, declare a file object, declare a writer object, then inside the loop you have to input the values, right? So here import CSV, then declare a file handle. How do you open a file handle? Give the file name and open the file in write mode and give the new line character as /n. Otherwise, in Windows, the default new line character is /r/n. In that case, every record will have a single empty line in between. So that will cause a problem while reading the records. So to overcome that problem, I have given a single /n as the new line character so that all the records are written one below the other. Okay. Then how to declare a writer object? WR is the writer object. It is this writer module is inside the CSV module. So the writer method is inside the CSV module. You have to give the file handle. And I have given the delimiter as hash. Suppose you don't want to give the delimiter as hash, you can remove it. By default, comma will be saved as the delimiter. You can skip this part. Just give WR equal to CSV.writer of FH. But here I have planned to give delimiter as hash. Then, how to write records in the file? I am going to write 5 records, I say 3 records onto the CSV file. What are the 3 values I am going to store? Product ID, product name and price. Now after that, assign these 3 records into a list and immediately write the record using write row method. What are you going to write? The list L. Okay, so this is the code for writing a simple record. See, enter product ID 100. Product name, say I'm going to write gel pen. Product price is 18 rupees. Then product ID 101, color pen, price is 25. Product ID is 103, compass, price is 25. That's it. Now, the records are stored in which file? Product.csv. Let us open the file and check. Click on all files. Check if you have a file called product.csv. Yes. The type of the file is CSV, product. Let us open and see how it is saved inside. See, product ID 100, product name is gel pen, price is 18. All the 3 values are separated by hash. Now I'll tell you why I used this. Suppose you don't use this one. I'll run the program and show you what the problem is. Product ID 1, pen, 10 rupees. Product ID 2, pencil, 5 rupees. Eraser, 2 rupees. Now let me show you how these records are saved inside. See, there is one empty line because the new line character is /r/n, carriage return, new line. So one empty line in between every new line. So this will cause unnecessary problems while reading a record. When you try to read the record, the first one will contain data, the second line will be empty. Third line will contain data, fourth line will be empty. To avoid this problem, you have to use this extra value, new line equal to /n. Right? Next, what is the purpose of write rows command? When you want to write a single record at a time, the record of one product, use write row. Suppose you wish to write all the 3 products together at the same time, then you have to first declare an empty list called L. And every time you input a value, append that value into the list. Then after the loop gets over, finally write it once. That's all. Write rows will finish the work in one go. In one go, all the 3 records or 10 records or 20 records, everything will be written in the file in one go, in one shot. So for that, what should you do? Declare an empty list, append all the items into the empty list, finally write the records inside. Okay, this will also work in the same way. 101, pen 25, 102, pencil 12, 103, eraser 7 rupees. The same way it will work. But how it is written inside, the method of writing only differs. The content will be the same. There won't be any change in the content. Okay. Now, let us move on to the next question. How to read records from the file. To read records, it is very simple. You have to import the CSV module, declare a file object, declare a reader object. Once you declare a reader object, all the records will be saved inside like a sequence. Inside the reader object, all the data inside the CSV file will be saved. Use a loop and print one record at a time. Finally, close the file. Suppose you have any specific condition. You want to read the products which start with alphabet A. You want to read the price of product 101. If you have specific conditions, you can use an if statement along with that. Now let us write a program for that. How do you read records? First, import the CSV module, declare a file handle, product.csv, because I'm going to read that. Open it in R mode. Again give new line equal to /n. Then declare a reader object. RD is equal to csv.reader of which file. Now, if you give this as the reader object, the default delimiter will be considered as comma. But remember, we just saved the records using a hash symbol. So don't forget to mention the default as hash. Right? Once you do this, all the records will be saved inside the reader object RD. So how to print the records? For every element in the record, print, before that we'll give a heading here. Print product ID, product name, product price. Just a common heading. I'm not aligning anything, just for you to understand. It will be retrieved as different records. So you can print ELE of 0, ELE of 1, ELE of 2. Because ELE of 0 is the first part which contains product ID. ELE of 1 contains the product name. ELE of 2 contains the product price. That's it. Now you just have to close the file handle. So this is the simplest of all programs, I suppose. CSV read. Let me run this program. Okay. See, now whatever we wrote inside 101, pen 25, 102, pencil 12, all that, we have now retrieved the records. Suppose I want to search for a particular record. How to do it? For example, I'm going to ask the user which price you wish to search. Say P equal to input, enter the product ID to search or read. Next, after reading this, I'm going to check if element of 0 is the product ID which you want to search. Only then I'll print the record. I'm not going to print all the records. I'm going to search for the record which has this particular product ID. So what will happen? It will not print all the 3 records. If I press 102, that record will be printed. Suppose I press 104, nothing will get printed. Let us check how it works. Enter the product ID to search 102. See, it gives 102 pencil 12 rupees. Instead of printing all the 3 records, we are trying to check for that particular product ID and print. Generally, you will get in the exam saying that search for all the product names which have price more than 100. In that case, you have to write, you need not get this input statement at all. You just have to give if ELE of 2 is greater than 100. Then print all the records, subsequent records, right? So according to the condition given in the question, you can change the program. Hope you understood how to write programs to write records onto the CSV file or read records from a CSV file. If you have any doubts, post it in the comment section. Thank you.